people of the world.
It's worthwhile knowing when the people of the world realize that the world is not flat.
When?
Okay?
Hmm.
In 1521, when Magellan
Landed
succeeded
in the
in
limit.
crossing the Pacific Ocean,
Oo.
okay? Imagine how long people believe that the world is flat. 1521 lang,
21.
due to the successful trip of Magellan. Question: what made the people believe that the world could not be round but flat? Unsa man ang katalungdan? What must be the reason why the people believe that the world, the earth is not flat, is not round? What made is the contour of the seas and ocean. Contour. C-O-N-T-O-U-R.
Kanto.
Because the contour gali ang dagan ang dagan sa surface of the earth. Contour. The contour would tell them that the world could not be round. Contour, ang hitsura sa makita. Plain man ang dagat o ang ocean. Plain man. Ang contour, dili round. Flat.
Flat siya. Flat. Kanto.
Okay. Question is, Magellan arrived in Cebu in 1521. Murag May kato 1521. Question: what must be the reason? Unsa man ka, what must be the reason why Magellan dared, say dared
Yes.
to attack Lapu-Lapu in Mactan? What must be the reason? Unsa man kaha ang katarungan? Unsa opinion mo, Robert? Nganong atake man niya sa Lapu-Lapu? Lapu-Lapu did not hurt Magellan. In fact, they did not say each other.
Oo.
So, the most probable reason is to demonstrate how brave the Spanish soldiers were, how tactful
Oh, privilege.
and how brave the Spanish soldiers were. One laing reason. Why go to Mactan? Lapu-Lapu did not hurt Magellan. They never saw each other. So the most probable reason is to demonstrate how tactful and brave the Spaniards were. Now, there could be no other reason but to demonstrate how tactful and brave the Spaniards were. Now, according to the Filipinos of Cebu that time, is it not to propagate Catholicism? No. Magellan came to discover, not to propagate Catholicism. When was the effort of Spain to propagate Catholicism? 1561, with the second coming, 1561.
The coming of this one,
1560.
61.
The chief of the expedition mo to,
Second coming.
was Miguel Lopez
Diligas ba?
Pag-issue ng Catholicism.
Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Siya hepe sa expedition. And when he arrived in Cebu, he declared to the whole world, "These islands are Spain's." Mula yun.
Spain.
The islands were owned by our forefathers. Who were our forefathers? Malay. The Malays.
Mali is poor father.
How come? Unsa nitabo that the Malays were in the Philippines?
Business?
It was their ambition
Oh, mission.
to own lands. Eh, to own lands.
His ambition to own lands like that.
Okay. Now, so, very probable that they declared ownership of the islands for themselves and for their posterity sa ilang kaliwatan. Not only for them, but for posterity.
Posterity.
Pugis.
Question. Bacalso walay pamilya. Oh, Bacalso is Malay, coming from the word Bacal. Bacal is iron,
Bacalao.
Malay.
Ayun.
Mali.
It's not Spanish.
This
Mali na.
Mali.
Yan, bantayan lang.
Bakal.
All Filipinos now
Oh, Tagalog.
whose family name is not Spanish, very probably they are relatives. Kaya nga naman,
All the cultures.
it was the Spanish Governor General Claveria who ordered that the family names of Filipinos should be changed to Spanish. Ngunang Garcia, Rama, Villaperte, Villa Gonzalo, Spaniel. Order of Governor General Claveria,
Narciso.
the head of state of Spain that time.
Laderia rin ng order.
So not only for themselves, but for their posterity. The islands, therefore, were owned by the Malays. Now, were the Malays united and had one government? May gobyerno ba silang usa ka gobyerno for all? No. Each group of Malays was a state itself. So the word kang maya, iyang maya. Kang puthaw, iyang puthaw. Kang tipla, iyang tipla. See?
Maya.
Ang mga sakop sa mga leader.
Sa Malayan din eh.
So the small king, so to say. Kang dagat. See?
Karkar.
Kang dagat na, the name dagat. Kang dagat, iyan yung dagat.
Kang dagit.
See?
Kang dagit.
Karkar.
Kan suhong, iya kaning suhong.
Kan suhong.
See? Muna, ma-pronounce, karon matawag na kam. Pero kam ka na.
Ah,
See?
Kam.
Compostela, kang postela ka na.
Kang
Nausab.
Compostela. Kang Compostela.
Insecure. Hapit ta ng mga baryo.
Kang.
Kang. Owned by small kings.
Sa Malaysia, sa Malay din eh.
Manang Compostela. Usa nga baryo. Puthaw. Kam na. Kam na lang puthaw. Kang dagit.
Kang dagit. Kam dagit.
Alright.
Kam lumampaw.
Kambayo.
Question. In that light, yan ang information. Is it all right, so to say, to call a Filipino squatter? Thousands of Filipinos are branded as squatters. Way up, kita nimo,
Informal settlers.
they are called squatters. No! The reason tells they cannot be squatters in their own native land. This is the native land of Filipinos. No reason to call one a squatter. Why? Their forefathers owned this property, not only for them, but for their posterity. So it is not reasonable to call a Filipino a squatter. He is born in his native land. Many born in a native land, squatter. That must be taken care of by the government. The government has not seen the light of reason, that there can be no reason to call a Filipino a squatter in his own native land. What should have the government? Because the instrument of the people to realize their dreams, their wishes, is the government. Ang gobyerno ay instrumento. What is the government supposed to do? There should be a Republic Act declaring that no Filipino can be called squatter in his own land. Therefore, it is incumbent on the government to have spaces prepared for coming Filipinos, for those squatters and those Filipinos who are still coming. Mag-anda mag lugar para sa mga Pilipino nga matao ba? Native land yung squatter. Squatter in my own native land? Unreasonable. My forefathers declared ownership of this land, not only for them, but for their posterity. And I am one of those in the posterity. So what should be done? A Republic Act declaring that there can be no Filipino who can be called squatter. Incumbent on the government to set aside spaces for squatters and for those coming Filipinos. Ang dama na in his native land. Oh, ang andam na bukid na, sige lang, basta na yan lang. Kaya niya. Dili kay squatter.
Ito yun, no?
That has not been looked into by legislators. That it is unreasonable. Reason tells it is unreasonable to call a Filipino a squatter in his own native land. Okay? Ang gobyerno mag-andam untag mga space, mga lugar for squatters and for those who are yet to be born, coming Filipinos. Okay. Therefore, what about the Chinese? Well, our forefathers were not Chinese. They were immigrants.
Migrants.
Oh, ang kauna yun din eh. Ang mga Malayo. Pero, ang tinoon na kauna, the black people, negritos, but they did not own. Owners, they did not claim to be the owner of the islands. They simply lived. So the Malays claim, this is ours. Kamputhaw, Compostela, Kangmaya, ano naman. Okay. All right. Do you remember the three actions of our earth? The three movements of our earth, our world.
Revolt.
Namdo mo, tulungan na. Rotation.
Katong kindang-kindang.
Angelisyon.
O katong travel.
Revolution.
That is
Revolution.
the earth traveling around the sun. Rotation. How long is one complete travel around the sun? Kung sa gito kayo, complete ang usa ka travel around the sun,
365.
importante ka na. 365 days. 4 hours and 48 minutes. Complete nga travel around the sun.
4 hours.
4 hours and 48 minutes.
Kadugay niya na. Why? 365 days, 4 hours and 48 minutes. Anong dugay man? Because of the distance. What is the distance? Of the earth to the sun. Unsay gilayon sa kalibutan ngadto sa adlaw. 95 million miles. Yeah. Layo. So our world is 95 million miles from the sun. Okay. nang silbing wala stress na karon. Karon is there any government in the world today that recognizes the right of every citizen to own the land where he lives? Doon na ba? Doon na ba inasod karon na believes na every citizen has a right to own a space for living?
To own the land where he lives. Kaya ba lang natin?
The socialist countries
Norway?
like Norway, socialism.
Norway.
Ang philosophy mo, society has the obligation to see to it that every man is to enjoy life as protected by the government. So, in a socialist society, like
A society. Like Norway.
who owns and who can own all schools, no private schools, but all government schools. Only the government. Only the government owns all schools. So there are no private schools. Why? Because if private schools are allowed, then it becomes, the schools become means of commerce, of business. Yeah. All right. Who owns the farms in the socialist country? It's the government, not a private person. Okay. Okay. Who owns the stores? Talang tindahan. The government.
Hospitals.
See? All stores are owned by the government.
Play company. Private company.
The employees are those of the government. So there can hardly be unemployed in a socialist country. Okay. Di ba ang socialism mo ay sinugdanan sa communism? Yeah. That is the worst. Because communism does not adopt, not just what socialist countries have adopted. It goes into teaching that there is no God. There is no God. That is to be avoided. Norway, a socialist country, does not go into that.
Wala mo ako.
Freedom to worship. Freedom.
Kaya mo muna ilang rason. Sulisin mo muna.
Okay.
Pine.
Buot ba nga ipasabot nga nalayo mo ay tag-iyang sa Pilipinas? Ownership by discovery?
Discover mo ito yun.
Ownership by discovery, yes. That's our Malay forefathers. They came to the islands to own the islands. Proof. Kang Compostela, kang Dagat, kang Bayan, ila. See? Wala yung government. Wala lang.
Wala ako naman.
Ano ba kayong mali?
Una rin ko.
So una pa sila sa kuwan?
Note, the first inhabitants of the Philippine Islands were the Negritos, but they did not have a claim of ownership of islands. No.
First inhabitant.
But the Malays, yes, these islands are ours for us and for our posterity. Possible ba mo-claim ang Malaysia sa Pilipinas? Oh. Possible. In fact, Sukarno, the president of Indonesia, a Malay, had a program of building an empire. And the Philippines are part of that empire. Sukarno.
Ang ilang presidente sa India.
If the Malays are united, we are many.
Mode na Malaysia mo mari-mari na.
Many. The Indonesians are Malays. Filipinos are Malays. The people, the Vietnamese are Malays. Daghan ta Malays.
Mga uso no?
Oo.
Vietnamese.
And majority of the Chinese are of Malay origin.
Chinese, Malay origin.
Basta na yung Japanese Malay mo na.
Malay origin. Part ng Malaysian. Ano ng Malaysian country? Malaysian country. Philippines.
Malaysia, Malays. Indonesia, Malays. Filipinos, Malays. Vietnamese, Malays. So, it is possible we can have united Malay state. Not United States, but United Malay States.
Malay state.
As programmed by Sukarno.
Super, no?
But Sukarno died. We could not materialize his plan.
Presidente? Siya nagkuhan mo?
Maghimong empire, plano mo yung empire.
Super mo lang.
Japanese, Filipinos, Vietnamese.
Okay.
Basta Chinese appeal.
Chinese. Malay origin.
Oo, Malay origin.
Ito gano'n din. Wow. Bawa ito sa story mo. Ito gano'n.
Punta na. Kana mo eh. Ato ang nasayloan kaya ito. Ang question now is it logical? Makatulunganon ba? Is it logical to have a foreign language as medium of instruction?
As medium of instruction.
Because our medium of instruction is a foreign language, English. And Tagalog is foreign to the Cebuanos, foreign to Binan-Tagalogs. Okay. The effort is to have young people learn. And is it reasonable to have a foreign language as a medium of instruction? No, it's not. That's an impediment to learning.
Babag.
Babagyo.
A blockade. Impediment to learning.
Katulitan.
Okay. Now, what should have been done then? If we really want young people to learn, what should have been done? To have the language of the learners taught in their own language. That the Cebuanos be taught in Cebuano. The Hiligaynon be taught in Hiligaynon. Tagalog be taught in Tagalog. What can we imagine? You can imagine how fast, accurate learning will be.
How fast, how accurate learning will be.
Kana lang mo ingon ng maestra in English. The cooperation of nations is fundamental. Di kasabot ang mga bata. The cooperation of nations is fundamental for progress. Kung sa may mga bata, sabo! Siguro, pero huwag kasabot. Maiba mo sa kumayo, pero huwag kasabot. Pero kung nahitabo ba nga, ang medium of instruction is the language of the child, sa Cebu, Bohol, o Bangba, pag tanaw sa maestrang di, huwag kasabot, the cooperation of nations is indispensable for progress. Mamemorya ka sa bata, pero huwag kasabot. Pag tanaw sa mga mata, may mind reader mga maestra, mabasa mag nakasabot ba, binasayon. Ang pagtinabangay sa mga nason, di kinanglan, almuswag kita. Diba? Sabot na. Mao nga, when I was the supervisor of instruction, the supervisor ko sa elementary of high school, public and private, the whole Central Visayas, Bohol, Siquijor, Negros Oriental, Cebu. Akong itulo. Kamong mga maestro, maestra, makabasa nga mo, sumata lang. Tanaw lang sumata, inyong mabasa, nakasabot ba in English? Binisaya. Kanang in English nga, the cooperation of nations is fundamental for progress. Sa kung bata ko kasabot, Binisaya. Ug Tagalog, Tagalog. Hiligaynon, Hiligaynon. Pag-ingon sa maestra dito sa Cebu, nga ang pagtinabangay sa mga nason, di kinanglan alam silang kauswagan. Sabot na. Sabot na. Tubag ang mga maestro. Nga, sir, dili mga pabinisayon. Mapanis mami kung magbinisaya kami. Nya, wa ninyo matubag. Gusto may tubag ka na, sir. Supak ka na, malaod ka ng magdili, magbinisaya. Gusto ang balaura, Constitution. Ay man na, Article 14 of the Constitution. Nagsugo nga ang language sa mga bata. Niligay nun, Cebuano, usa sa mga pinulungan nga instruction. Klaro ka na sa Article 14, nga wa mo mahibaw niya na. Inyong principal, wa mo sultan niya na. Wa di kalibutan. Meeting. Principal. Murag mga saba ko eh. Ang dakong hinungdan nga nang makataon ng mga bata. Kaya di ka mo binisaya. Sa makita ninyo, sa mga mata lang makita, nakasabot ba, dili mo binisaya. Ang Tagalog, dili magtitagaw. Bubaron yun. Ano masabot? Example, sir. Example. Kanang the cooperation of nations is fundamental for progress. Di kasabot mo tanong. Pero binisaya. Nga ang pagtinabangay sa mga nasod, gikinangan alang sa kausawagan. Ano? Sabot na. Ang sabi ko, Grosyan, nga ang sagad yan nga makat-on ang mga bata sa elementarya. Tungod sa in English, nga masabot. Sag-o lang. Perting mo sag-o para makapasar sa examen. Pero huwag kasabot. Yung mga Islam, tinuod sir, naade sa konstitusyon. Oh! May sugyalan ta. Ibaw ka mo, maestro, dili ka mo makag-graduar sa high school kung wa makapasar sa konstitusyon. Sa college, dili ka mo katagag titulo pagka maestro, kung dili wa kang kapasar sa konstitusyon. Nalimot mo? Kaduha mo mukuha. Wa mo tingog eh. Ano ko? Kanang inyong principal, inyong superintendent, mo insister ka rin na dili mo binisayon, ma-dismiss ka na sila. Ma-dismiss. Nga naman, may balaod ka na Constitution, Article 14 of the Constitution. Mao ba di ay sir? Mao to, daghan lang mo binisaya. In English lagi. Pero, mind reader mga maestro, sa mga mata lang makita kung nakasabot mo. Pag tanaw mo kasabot, binasaya. Yeah. Sa laptop, ang sagad hinungdan nga daghang makataon sa elementary tungod sa in English. Tungod sa in English. Ah.